Hello everybody and welcome to the monster inside. Inside of what you may ask? Inside of me. The monster inside of me that is burrowing away, attempting to find its way out into the world. Let's start the game. My head pounded, ears still ringing slightly. Some of the worst nightmares I'd had in years left me feeling like I'd been punched in the jaw. Just like any other day, I dragged myself to the office. So this is a point-and-click mystery game that I found on Steam while scrolling through just finding games to play. There was another notice on the door from Mayor Vanetti's office. Permits out of date. They didn't like me much. They were trying to drown me in paperwork. It was a slow month. Weeks since I had any real case to work on. So I passed the time pacing the office, smoking and staring at the mirror in the corner, safely covered with an old bedsheet. I don't dare look at my own reflection. Too afraid of what I might see. Afraid someday I might have to face what I really am. The girl came in so quiet, I nearly choked on my cigarette. Mister, please, you gotta help me, mister. Calm down now. Sit and talk slowly. Okay, thanks. It's just, no one will listen to me. Just tell me your tale. I'm listening. She eyed me with just a dash of suspicion as I tossed back a handful of pills and chased them with a swig of whiskey. I could tell this might take a while. Her name was Lily. She told me she was his mistress, the man all over the newspapers, a famous banker, Mr. Reginald Farnsworth. Mr. Farnsworth was a drunk, philandering bastard. This girl seemed genuinely concerned that he had recently gone missing. Less concerned about the fact that Mr. Farnsworth's wife had just turned up dead in Central Park 2 nights ago. You don't understand. He just couldn't have done it. He hated his wife. But he couldn't have killed her. Everyone thinks it was him, and no one believes me. He's gotta be in trouble. I ain't saying I believe you now. But what makes you think he's in danger? Well, Mr. Jack. You can just call me Jack. Jack. Whoever did that to his wife must have been the one who took him. He would have never left without me. He promised me. I'm sure Mr. Farnsworth promised his poor girl a lot of things. Please. The cops won't listen to me, and they want to bring him in on charges. You gotta prove it wasn't him before they find him. Honestly, I doubt they're in too much of a hurry. Farnsworth practically had the entire police force in his deep pockets. Probably why they hadn't found much out yet. If they found him and brought him in, it would be due to public pressure. Sometimes a mob with the pitchforks is more dangerous than one man with money. I can help you. We'll get to the bottom of it. Don't you worry now. Oh, thank you, mister. Jack. Thank you, but please, be careful. I don't think this was just any murderer or kidnapper. I think it was a beast. A beast? What? Beast. The word struck me funny. Like when you jar your elbow on a hard corner. Ooh. Not a word many use these days, except in hushed whispers and bedtime stories for children. Well, they were real enough, alright. They just got better at hiding, controlling their unseemly urges. But I hadn't seen any monsters in nearly 15 years, back when I was still a cop myself. Well, that is definitely an interesting theory. I just have a feeling about it. Something tells me you can get to the bottom of it. You're good at this sort of thing. Sure. Can't you see how busy I am with cases? I replied a little too harshly. Sarcasm wasn't my strong suit. I reassured her some more and sent her on her way. I didn't want to scare her, but I warned her before she left to keep her doors locked and call me if she saw anything suspicious. I didn't know if she was in any danger herself, but better safe than sorry. That night I made my way down to Central Park. It was a long shot, but maybe there's something there that the cops had missed. Next chapter. Play chapter 1. The scene was already picked clean by the cops days ago, but I've got a knack for finding the things others overlook. Wow. A knack. More of a symptom of a condition. Other, less useful symptoms, I kept in check. But for the time being, my keen sense of smell will come in handy. It was faint, but I could smell it before I even approached the police line. The scent was less of a thing, more of an emotion. Seduction. Ooh. Sorry. Strangely familiar smell. I expected the scent of trepidation, or maybe outright fear. But Mr. Farnsworth, Miss Farnsworth, I apologize, seemed to have been at the height of pleasure when she left this world. Okay, I don't need to... Ew. Brought new meaning to a crime of passion. Alright, man. Jack, you can stop now. Pushing the thought from my mind, it was time to get down to business. Investigate the scene. What is this? Muddy footprints everywhere. Difficult to pick out any from the prints the cops left behind in their haste. Cops don't wear $2,000 pairs of Carquinos. Carquinos? Oh. It looked like Mr. Farnsworth was there that night, and walked away on his own 2 feet. Woo! Scratch marks. A burn mark. A burn mark on a nearby tree caught- I'm sorry, how is that a burn mark? Those look like scratches. Whatever. A burn mark on a nearby tree caught my eye, around my finger-long length, and felt a chill down my spine. This wasn't just any burn mark. This is the mark of an ancient magic. It's doubtful the cops would have picked up on it. Had Lily been right? Something unnatural was at play here. But I was no stranger to the strange. After looking around for a while, I realized the park had given up all it was hiding from me. So I trudged back to my apartment and my head hit the pillow like it owed me money. Good analogy. I think that's the word. The next morning I was reeling from another bout of ghoulish nightmares. I tried to hide my discomfort when I saw Lily was already sitting outside my office. She waited wordlessly as I unlocked the door and ripped out another notice from the mayor's office. I motioned for her to step inside, seemingly afraid of what I might say. She finally worked up the courage to ask. So, what did you find? Not sure about Beast, but something unnatural was at play. Unnatural? How do you mean? Spell's mark. Rarely seen these days, but unmistakable. What does that mean? What about Reggie? Do you know where he might be? Found his footprints at the scene. Seems like he got out safely. My tone was indifferent towards her as I turned and grabbed a bottle from my desk drawer. A dryness in my throat made it difficult to swallow my meds. But you don't know where he went? Do you think the news this morning is related? What news is that? Haven't you heard? Nope. Rough night, followed by a rough morning. They found the police chief's wife dead down at the docks. They say it happened last night. Oh. Let me guess. Chief Amato is missing too. My face might have betrayed the hint of satisfaction as she confirmed my suspicions. But it faded quickly. Amato was a shit cop and a shit chief. He was half the reason I left the force. But now his wife was dead and I had more questions than I did the day before. The gears in my head started to spin, which wasn't helped by the splitting pain at my temples. I told Lily I needed time to work, and she left slightly dejected, wanting more answers than I could provide. Then after the cops had cleared out the ducks, I would slip down and see what I could uncover concerning Miss Amato's untimely demise. Wife's a-dying and men a-missing. The cold air smelled strongly of salt and oil, and... Could it be? Don't say pleasure again. Smell again. Like someone had bottled Purell's and... Why? Why? What is this pattern here? I don't like this pattern. It hit me like a long-forgotten memory, but the sensual fumes soon gave way to a rush of adrenaline. Exactly what this reminded me of. That scared me more than not knowing. I looked down at my head, my hands shaking. The nightmares. The headaches. Why does seduction remind you of... questions for later. No. I was better now. Reformed. Oh? I had to focus. No jumping to conclusions. Follow the evidence. Alright. Red Phoenix cigarettes. Same shitty brand I smoke every day. Everyone's got their vice. There. Just there. The smallest piece of purple fabric, torn and caught in the splinter of a board. The police didn't say anything about Miss Amato wearing purple. It was certainly of a quality that you wouldn't expect down here. Don't see too many high society types around flaunting royal purple threads. I pulled in my own pack of reds and lit up. I already feel another headache coming on. Looking out over the waves seemed to help me forget. The cold helped me push down the uncomfortable thoughts that had been bubbling to the top of my brain. Is this gonna be one of those things where it's revealed that we were the one doing this all along? Making a prediction right now. I honestly don't remember the walk back to the office. Apparently I spent the night in my easy chair. The air from the docks lingered on my clothes. It was still dark out. No, I checked my clock. How long had I been out? Had I really slept the entire next day? A newspaper was sitting under the door. As I stood to fetch it, it nearly fell over. I nearly fell over. Sorry. A wave of nausea hit me like a ton of bricks. I steadied myself and regained my composure. Where I picked up the paper, I could already read the headline. Breaking. Mare missing. Wife found dead. 2 cases is a coincidence. 3 is a pattern. The cops will come asking questions soon. They knew I had a history of antagonizing all the victims. I stumbled to my desk and slammed back 3 days worth of 3 days worth of pills. I couldn't take any chances. I had to investigate the scene to be sure. Threw on my jacket and went to the door. Lily caught me off guard on the other side. Jack, where are you off to? I'm trying to reach you all day. I'm making another prediction. It is either us that is doing this, and it's like one of those weird things where I'm a different person like when I go to bed, or it's her. I feel like it might be her. Probably. Sorry, Lily, but I don't have time to talk. I have to go. Okay, but we need to talk when you get back. Stay safe. She gave me a soft kiss on the cheek as I brushed off. Why? That's weird. Okay. I don't remember how many chapters there are. The alley was located just behind the high-rise apartments where Mayor Vanetta and his wife lived. I could tell the police were spooked now. The crime scene was even sloppier than the last. I didn't even bother to submit the trash into evidence. Trash. Why wouldn't they at least look at the dumpster? It seemed untouched. No one wants to do the dirty work. But I know how to find the good stuff. It really doesn't take long if you know what to look for. Lightweight bags usually mean someone was dumping documents. If you were lucky, they didn't bother to shred them. Jackpot. Shell companies. Shady stock trades. Bribes. I knew Mayor Vanetta was crooked, but this was unbelievable. There was more. Letters between Mayor Vanetta and Chief Amada, talking about me. How they were trying to get me shut down. They didn't like me snooping around crime scenes all the time. Well, they were here to stop me snooping around this one. No, they were not. Car. Vanessa's car. Still alive, I wouldn't have left in his car. Didn't make any sense. I honestly wasn't too motivated to find him. The stakes were too high. My bet was edging towards the unthinkable. As I searched around for anything that might assuage my fears, I caught the scent again. Oh my god, if it's seduction again, I swear. It overrode my other senses with undulating pleasure. Ugh. Was there another like me? Was it being... What? Excuse me? It was impossible, was it? I was taking my inhibitors. I was informed. Was I right? But the nightmares, the headaches, the memory lapse. I couldn't even trust myself. Bro! I started walking back out the alley when something shiny caught my eye. A watch. Not just any watch, though. My watch. Was I right? How long had my wrist been bare? Surely I just dropped him when I first came down the alley. I have to stay in character. I'm getting too excited. I checked the time just before I left the office, hadn't I? Or had I used a wall clock? I couldn't be sure. I couldn't be sure of anything. So I ran. Ooh. I don't know why I ran back to the office. Cops would probably show up any minute to knock the door down and cart me away. They would put it together before long. It would be best for everyone if I still faced my own reflection. Simply faced my own reflection. Billy was still there waiting for me. Jack, what's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. My own ghost. Back to haunt me from the past. You're not making any sense, Jack. Come sit down. You understand. You're not safe around me. I took a good last look at her as I prepared to shove her out the door. I noticed she was wearing the same thing she had when she first came to my office 3 days ago. Beautiful purple dress. Dude! Odd that I hadn't really noticed before, but it made her seem out of place. Out of time. It was frayed around the edges. Torn in places. My chair caught my fall as my knees failed me. It was you. You're the monster. Succubus. Bruh. Oh, Jack. We are one and the same, you and I. We are both monsters. I'm simply more honest with myself. There's no such thing as reformation. Those pills you take only make you dull. Beasts like us should never suppress our true natures, as you have Incubus. These men were probably dead too, now I figured. She probably took them to the lair and harvested their seed. So, you've done all of this just to wake me up? You could say that, though it seemed enough just to have you doubt yourself. You believed you were still capable of such horrors, which means deep down, you probably are. You can't escape it. Now I need you to complete the deed. You took my watch. Messed with my head. Oh, don't act like I didn't do you a favor. Those men hated you and wanted you gone. And now, they are gone. I mustered the strength to stand again, moving casually to the window by the corner. She was right about one thing. I was dull, weak compared to her. If I refused and she attacked me, I was a dead man. I had to keep her talking. I never met a succubus who seduces and kills women. Oh please, such a 14th century stereotype. I don't discriminate when it comes to pleasure of the flesh. But I do still need an incubus like yourself to take the tainted seed I've harvested from those awful men and plant it among the fertile masses for me. I don't like this conversation. I don't like how this game turned out. I'm tired of draining my lovers just to survive. I'm ready to settle down, start a family. The maniacal laughter. I positioned myself carefully, making sure she was looking my direction. Sorry, but I'm not your guy. With a click of my wrist, I whipped the old bedsheet off of the corner mirror. Lou was blinded by her reflection and sucked in the mirror with a painful, monstrous scream. Trapped. Shielding my own eyes, I pulled a revolver from my desk side drawer, aimed it at the mirror, and fired. More from Random Seed Games. Thank you. Everybody who was watching the video, play these other games that they made. Damn. That was good. I honestly did not expect that. On Steam it's listed as a mystery, which I mean, of course it is, as you can tell. But as I was playing along, it actually seemed like it was going to change into a horror game, like I had been tricked or something. But that was awesome. I really liked that story. I didn't expect the whole succubus and incubus thing. Man. It's funny, I didn't expect to be like... I was half right. Kind of. I first thought it was him, and then I thought it was her, and then I thought it was both of them. But it was actually her, which is crazy that I got it right. Yeah, the whole kiss on the cheek thing really threw me off, which is why I started suspecting her, because it's like, you're someone's mistress, and then you're acting all concerned about your lover, and then you come to the detective who's helping you and you just kiss him on the cheek, like what? But I really like that. I really like this game. I hope you guys like this game. I'll definitely go ahead and check out the other games that they have and see if I can play them. But that was A Monster Inside. Please make sure to like and subscribe. I'm happy to play more games like this. It's been a while since I've done a visual novel. I will probably do more in the future, possibly if I find any like good ones. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I think I've said that already. You're all very beautiful, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye! And the outro.